Welcome to another Topic Tuesday. This is Dr. Mike McCall, Source Health Center. I wanted to narrow down a little bit how to handle stress. It works this way. Your body, when under stress, meaning that it has to make a quick, abrupt adaptation, it has to change. Like if I sit in this chair and I stand up, my body has to get the blood pressure correct so the blood doesn't drain out of my head and I get lightheaded. And some of you may feel that. A lot of people that are older may have that. It's called orthostatic hypertension. I talked about it before. That's a stressor. If I leave this room and walk outside, my body has to adapt to that field. It has to adapt to the cold field, so it has to mobilize. So that mobilization, that initial adaptation is handled by the adrenal glands, which helps our body process stress. Hans Selye was the guy who did all the work on that. And he says there's 4 stressors, and those are pain, like if you're in pain, physical stressors, not sleeping well, pushing yourself too hard. Physical, your adrenal glands will keep continuously pumping out stress hormones. The other one is changes in temperature, which I talked about last week. The other one is chemicals. You can have chemicals on your body, and if they irritate your adrenals work, or if you're certain foods you're eating or not eating, that's the chemical. And then mental, emotional. As you're thinking these thoughts, you stress your body out, your adrenals work. It's good to have adrenal hormone, but it's not to have a continuous adrenal hormone. And there's a lot of works on that. One of the best books on how that functions is called Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers by Sapolsky. He's a researcher, I believe, in Stanford. He's brilliant. Talks about long adrenal suffering, but he got a lot of the basic model from Hans Selye. It's great. So you want adrenal hormones, but you don't want too much of them. Over time, that will suppress your immune system, make your digestion go, and it's easier to get sicker and sicker and sicker. And I think more and more people over the last 10 years, 15 years are starting to know a little bit more about their adrenals and stress. So one of the biggest things that Sapolsky's found, if you follow him, is that the most stressful things are when you are stressed and you have no control. That is the most stressful thing for the psyche, for human beings. And so one of the ways to deal with that, and this, I actually had an instance of this. I had this meeting I was really looking forward to, and I'm like getting geared up and prepared, and the day comes and I completely forgot about it. I don't know how I did it. And what happened was I got a call, thank God, hey, we're ready for you in an hour or so. And I was like, oh my God. And I could have immediately, what was I thinking? And I went, I have no control over this event. I just need to drive back to my house calmly. I can put on some clothes. I'm going to get in the clothes and I'm going to go there. And you could go, oh my God, but the traffic and all this stuff. And it's like, I have no control over it. Only thing I can do is the best I can do. And you'd be amazed how you're able to function at a higher level by just going, I don't have any control, I can only do the best I can, and you just do it. It helps when you feel like you're running late. It helps when you feel like you can't get enough done. It's just a very, very empowering thing. The next thing is a lot of times when our stress hits in, we have difficulty either sleeping or falling asleep. We talked about that before. If you wake up in the middle of the night, can't get back to sleep, having a little juice by your bed with no more sugar added, just what's in the fruit that has been turned into a juice. If that makes you sleep better, you know it's a blood sugar problem, which is linked to stress. The other thing is when I was in my master's program, there was a lot of research on phosphatidylserine, which what it does is as you start to release your hormones at night when they shouldn't be, the phosphatidylserine has a way of blunting that. So a lot of people who have difficulty sleeping because of stress has phosphatidylserine, which is in a lot of products. One of them is one that we have here from Young Living. So if you guys use Young Living, the Cortistop will help you with that. It also has phosphatidylcholine, which helps counteract the effects of the cortisol from stress. And it has Pregnenolone, and a natural form of Pregnenolone. And Pregnenolone is the master hormone for stress. But what's interesting is your body, your adrenals make your sex hormones too, and your sex glands make your stress hormones. And they're very much the same. One part of them all is a cholesterol base. So your body can have feel-good, great hormones, or it could just be stressed. Sometimes it's taking too much out of the pot. So pregnenolone is the mother hormone where both the stress hormones and the sex hormones and relaxing hormones come from. So it has a little bit of that. So stress, you have no control. You just do the best you can. You breathe through the event. You can't control what's going on. Don't let those thoughts get in there. Keep focused. And phosphatidylserine. Until next week, have a good week.